welcome Matt Lewis. Now, Matt is the Trade Start Advisor with Trade Start, which is part of the South West Development Commission. So,
thanks, Ray, and thanks to the Busselton Chamber of Commerce and Natalie for the Department of Commerce and Barry for the introduction this morning. I've just been involved with Emergence Creative last week, which is really looking at cross-industry, at innovation, creativity, and looking at technology and how we can digitally enable from the region. But what my day job tends to be is I'm the Trade Start Advisor for Austrade. It's a contract that we've had, I think it's, I'm almost up for 8 years now, but we have a 4-year contract with Austrade where we deliver the services regionally for Austrade. And basically my primary role is to engage with local businesses and help them get export ready and get them engaged with opportunities offshore. Primarily speaking, that'll be with our 120 offices that we have with Austrade, but also I work very closely with the Department of State Development and their WA trade offices offshore as well. I'm not going to, smash you too much with the slides, given the time. But I guess the priority for me is really just understanding the needs of organisations in the region and trying to identify niche opportunities in different markets. A lot of what I tend to do is a lot of troubleshooting, where I'll just get random emails or phone calls about issues that we'll have in different particular markets. There might be qualification of buyers, etc., that we have to analyse in terms of their authenticity. And the other aspect of what I do is collaboration. I think the biggest thing that I find for this region, the synergies across industry, whether they be wine, food, tourism, arts, innovation, design, etc., is actually how we can get these groups of companies working together, maintaining a strong regional brand from the southwest and individual branding within the region, and take that on the road and actually work at the benefits of getting people into the market as well. I'm a bit of a non-traditionalist. I don't see, for a region like the southwest, that we follow the norm and go to typical trade shows. I tend to work with smaller niche groups of companies and with different industry sectors and take them on the road to represent the region. And the other aspect is bringing people here. For example, events like the Gourmet Escape. We'll bring wine and food buyers from all over the world and give them an extraordinary experience, pardon the Tourism WA slogan. And that's why I see is a great way to demonstrate and generate sales for small businesses, especially when they're in a position when they're not looking at the funds of being able to spend $20,000 on international travel each year. That'll do from that one. So that's a bit of a map where we've got offices. Primary markets, we're sort of reactive in Europe and North America now. That's as a result of the GFC and some restructures in Austrade now where we don't have the resources in that market. For North America, for example, or the UK, now they use referral suppliers, etc. And like former Austrade employees will be consultants if people want to enter that market. But the main driving markets, I feel, for Austrade is Southeast Asia and Northeast Asia, primarily China and emerging markets like India. So I guess, we've got a lot of online resources with Austrade as well, and a lot of you might know about the EMDG grant. I think that's the Export Market Development Grant, where you spend a certain amount of money on your offshore marketing and that gets reimbursed to you on an annual basis. It's got to the point where it's about $20,000 to meet the threshold, so it is getting tighter for the smaller companies to actually meet that threshold, but there is opportunities for collaboration in terms of cooperatives to actually pull together. So that's something you can get onto Austrade, and we've got a grants department in Perth that specialises in it, and something I recommend to small businesses in the region, if they don't have time to actually do the grant themselves, there's a number of really good EMDG consultants that actually charge a percentage of the net to actually fulfil the grant, and they might invariably actually find the little extras that you might pick up might be some development work on your website that's geared toward international, or it might be setting an office up overseas. It might be paying an export consultant to work for you. I think that was something that a lot of people weren't aware about, that the wine industry used quite well, was that they'd pay someone $75,000 per year and then claim 37,000 of that back as an export claim. The grant does change from time to time, so I just have to be mindful I don't say too much. But however, it is a solid structure for companies looking at long-term sustainability. Okay, this is sort of some of the bits and pieces that I'll do with a company on a weekly basis when I'm not running festivals. And it's basically, just getting them ready for export, talking through their product, their marketing, their pricing, and especially their market research in terms of targeting those specific markets and where they should really enter and then grow from. It might be trialling in Singapore, moving into Japan, moving into Indonesia, etc. So a lot of what we do is that I'll organise visit plans with our offices overseas. We'll look at the risk management of some of the issues and the customers. I'll refer them to freight logistics specialists. I know that can be a hell of a minefield from time to time, and there are some great custom brokers and logistics specialists out there that will actually ease that trouble for you. And a lot of what we try and do is generate leads for, and try and have red hot opportunities for companies. So that's something that I think that I personally would like to spend more time doing, have a really good model for the Southwest. Well, I've got a whole business register that these are the red hot companies looking at potentially doing work offshore, and here's the opportunities that we could potentially match it. Well, this is the MDG. As I was mentioning, the 20,000 reimburses for 50% and above 10,000. So it needs to be above 20,000 that you need to spend. You can combine 2 years into one claim for your first claim, and you've got up to 7 grants. But any more information I'm happy to provide on that. That's pretty much it in a 10-minute smash and grab. But look, don't hesitate to contact me afterwards or give me an email or phone call. Thanks for that. I appreciate you having me.